The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, or AFSP, is dedicated to understanding and preventing suicide through research, education, and advocacy. And we have a chapter right here in North Texas, I'm pleased to say. The foundation hosts several events, and one of their premier events is Out of the Darkness Walk. Joining me right now, Allison Crawford and Peggy Marshall. Alice is chair of the Out of the Darkness Walk, and Peggy is chair of the board of directors of the AFSP North Texas chapter. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you here. This is a subject that in years past is, I guess, best put in the closet. I remember in 7th grade, I had a classmate, one of my best friends. We went home, and the next day we came back to school and found out that his dad had committed suicide in his closet, of all things. And I remember that like it was yesterday, and that was in 7th grade. And ever since then, I've always been maybe fascinated, is not the word, but just amazed at how this just continues. And now we hear a lot more about it. And I just wondered, is this something that you have tried to do, is make people aware of this? I know both of you have been touched by this. Who would like to start and just share with us how you got involved with this and what you're trying to do here?
Well, we're here to diminish the stigma associated with mental health issues and suicide so that we can let others know that there are resources out there. And the more we talk about it, the better the issues will get. And the Out of the Darkness Walk is to raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Well, somebody told me in a statistic recently that 1 million people attempted suicide last year, and once every 14 minutes, a suicide takes place in the United States. Is that about right?
That is correct. That is correct. And for every person that dies by suicide, they estimate that at least 6 people are significantly affected by that suicide for many years and sometimes their entire life. So that number, I think, is even underestimated.
What is being done today that was maybe not being done in years past? As I said at the top, it was kind of put in the closet.
Well, it wasn't talked about much. It still is not talked about as much today as it should be. But I brought something just to kind of, our organization, what we try to do is think of us as like a life preserver. We try to provide education and research that helps prevent suicide, but also outreach to survivors of suicide loss. Because it's that talking about it when someone is in that deep waters of depression or even having suicidal thoughts, that they need to talk to somebody because there is help out there. And if we can just be more open as a society about dealing with this issue and talking about it, I think more people will get help.
I would think that someone that has suicidal tendencies is probably going to keep most of that to themselves. I just wondered, are there some signs out there that you happen to be a spouse or you have a child? You hear so much now about teenage suicides, and yet somebody the other day told me that now the #1 group that is the highest suicide rate is seniors, which kind of amused me.
Actually, it is age 45 to 65
right.
is the one with the latest statistics that are out there.
That's amazing. Is that because they were successful earlier in life, or in middle life they were successful and now suddenly?
They don't really know. There's a lot of speculation, but they don't really know. You know, the research isn't done yet.
Well, tell me about this Darkness Walk and what's coming up on November 10th and how people can get involved and be a part of what you're trying to do.
Awesome.
The Out of the Darkness Walk is at Rivershawn Park in Uptown in Dallas on November 10th, and registration begins at 8. And we're going to have kid-friendly activities, we're going to have food, we're going to have music, and you can log on to outofthedarknessnorthtexas.org for more information. And you can register as an individual or as a team. And so far we've raised over $55,000.
Have you really? Good for you.
And we have almost 600 walkers.
That's fantastic. And Rivershawn Park is right behind Scottish Rite Hospital.
Yes,
for
and
those
we're going to be walking along the beautiful Katy Trail.
Fantastic. Again, that website?
It's outofthedarknessnorthtexas.org.
Fantastic. Well, thanks to you both for stopping by today. And November 10th, right?
Yes.
And the week after that, on Saturday.
Yes, please tell us about that.
Is it has been declared 14 years ago as National Survivors of Suicide Day, and we have a conference that we started 4 years ago in Dallas. I actually started it. I'm a survivor myself. I lost my husband to suicide 7 years ago, and part of the reason that contributed to his suicide, I think, is the depression, but also the secrecy and the stigma. So I've really looked at the issue, and doing this conference to help individuals who've had a loved one die by suicide is one of the things that has really helped me. But it is a day set aside for survivors, that a safe place for them to come together and learn insights from other survivors, to help them heal, to get some practical tools, to have an opportunity to talk to someone who's had a similar loss. They've lost a child or a sibling or whatever. And it's a lot of them tell me it's the first time they've been able to talk to someone who really understands what it's like.
That's so important.
And they don't feel alone.
Yeah.
So it is a free conference, and it is open to anyone who's lost a survivor to suicide loss.
Outstanding. November 17th.
November the 17th, and there is a website for it, and it is Dallas Survivors of Suicide Day Conference.org.
Fantastic. Tough subject, but thanks to you both for stopping by today.
Thank you for having us.
Very good. November 10th and November 17th. Remember those dates and check out the website.